Once upon a time, there was a marvelous house on the moodest hill at the edge of the quaint little town. The happy house was a good house. It loved to please whoever resided within its walls. Unfortunately, the house always knew that the people who would come to live in it would leave eventually. It struggled to understand the humankind. It made the happy house sad to think about how lonely it would be without a family. As it wondered, why do people leave me? Where do they go? I make them happy, but I end up alone. The happy house was overjoyed, and the family had arrived, a daughter, a mother, and a father. They had a small dog with them as well. The happy house didn't like animals very much. They never seemed to like the happy house either. Regardless of what the happy house did, it did like the dog that made the family happy, and it was enough. The happy house thought maybe it would be something common with the dog, that regard. The happy house noted that the family seemed to want to change things on its insides. Some of it tickled, but a lot of it did hurt. It didn't want the family to leave, so just to put up with it about as much as it could, until it realized that they were getting closer and closer to its heart. The heart was dark in the moist hidden room behind the kitchen. It's always been warm, but filled with strange devices and machinery. It was the happy house's absolute favorite spot for humans to visit, but it was also the only part that seriously was at risk of injury. If someone changed my big happy heart, perhaps then again the sadness would start. The happy house went in fear at the idea. It knew children were normally capable of less destruction, so it had a plan for its own preservation. There will only be one who I let inside. For a daughter alone, my heart opens wide. Late at night, as the daughter was sleeping, the happy house noticed something concerning. The parents were awake in their room, panting and moaning, struggling to situate themselves properly, struggling to sleep. The happy house knew it had to stop whatever it was doing to them. This obviously couldn't make them happy. I know the way to help them relax. With a shelf that shall fall, swift as an axe. No sooner did the happy house come up with the idea than the shelf fell, connecting with the father's head, putting him instantly to sleep. The mother seemed ecstatic. She screamed with joy and hopped out of bed. She hurried to the phone and began to contact someone. It was obvious that she was so thrilled she had to share the news. The father never had trouble sleeping again. For several weeks, the happy house was so thrilled. The mother and daughter rarely left. The father didn't do much. He had plenty of strange beeping machines all around him now. He really liked sleeping. I've truly excelled. I've never seen someone have a sleep as well. The happy house praised itself. It was worried that it had something to do with something wrong at first, because of the mother, daughter, and the sleepy father, all left strange in a white vehicle. But they came back, and things had never been happier. The daughter found the entrance to the heart slowly after she returned. She certainly liked to spend time up there, and pleased to the happy house to no end. She often crawled into the lower cabinet behind the fridge. The happy house would gently lift its walls to let her in. It could tell that she felt safe there. With the father enjoying his rest so much, the daughter and mother went to see him less and less. They must have been worried about something interrupting his sleep. It was very blissful, the happy house, as it felt like the father's dreams. It saw many strange things, but mainly the family being together. It didn't like it that they weren't in the happy house in these dreams, but they were slowly working on trying to fix that too. Today's a sad day. I'll feel like I'll cry. The father alone still remains inside. The daughter and dog went for a walk. The dog ran away and gave her a shock. Normally the happy house wouldn't have been terribly concerned about the dog, but it had caused the mother and daughter to leave to search of it. They'd been gone all day. The happy house knew it had something to do with bringing them back, but it couldn't think of what. As the hours passed, it dawned on it. It is truly rude to interrupt rest, but waking him now would be for the best. The father rose, confused and weary. He had a strange vacancy in his thoughts. The happy house never had been this connected to a human before. It truly was delight to know their mind. It bade the father to go outside and look for the place where dogs gone to hide. It didn't take long for the father to find the dog. He grabbed it tightly by the collar. The dog had been barking loudly. The happy house knew that the animal was causing far too much distress for the poor family, so it had to get rid of it. As the father gripped tighter, trying to stifle the dog's barks and whimpers, the happy house saw the mother and daughter running over. The dog slipped free, and to the father's surprise, it ran off into the surrounding trees. The daughter was all too happy to greet the father and hopped into his arms. This is exactly as it should be. The dog's better too, having been freed. Everything seemed to be coming back into place for the happy house, but it noticed the mother hadn't greeted the father yet. Instead, she looked off in the distance where the dog had ran. For some strange reason, the happy house could see something going through the father's eyes, something it couldn't see on its own. The mother was not happy. She was concerned. Time went on and the daughter was happy. The mother seemed happy too for a while. It was strange, though, that the happy house could connect with the father. Everything seemed different through his eyes. The happy house could tell the father what to feel, so he was usually happy, but for some reason he had strange desires that the happy house couldn't quite quell. The happy house also noticed through the father's eyes that the mother was not truly happy. There was something missing. It studied the family for some time, trying to understand the father's thoughts. It even began slowly understanding the strange noises that the daughter and the mother could make. It seemed when they were concerned that the father wasn't making any noises too anymore. One day the mother made it clear that she wanted to live elsewhere. She wasn't happy with the house. The images of the mother and father tossing and turning on the night of the father's long sleep came to its mind. What can I do? I've given so much. Maybe she misses the father old touch. The father began to have a strange sort of excitement. Perhaps she felt the same way. It made the father head to the bathroom, where the mother was packing her things. Grab the mother. She needs your love. If she tries to resist, just give her a shove. The father mindlessly obeyed, and he pushed her onto the bed, and she yelled and wriggled about. The happy house felt strange, though in its own eyes. It could see that she was happy, screaming with joy. When it looked again through the father's eyes, it felt wrong and disturbing. He pushed her head against the backboard a few times, until she settled down. This is the right way. I'm starting to learn. I feel both their hearts, for each and every yearn. The happy house relinquished in its hold on the father, hoping simply to speculate. It couldn't help but notice the daughter had quickly ran to the cabinet and was entering the heart. She must have been so happy her parents were reuniting. The father stood blankly over the bruised, naked mother on the bed. He was unsure of what to do next. Without the happy house, how could he know? Suddenly the mother was rolled off the bed and started running down the stairs. She was yelling something to her daughter. She wanted the both of them to leave. The daughter was slowly crawling out of the cabinet, heading towards the mother. You can't let them go. Use all of your might. Don't leave me alone. It just isn't right. With the happy house's commands once more filling the father's thoughts, he swiftly went to the closet in the hallway, removing the axe. He stormed down the stairs to see the mother facing the kitchen. She reached for her daughter's arm, but the father's axe was too quick. It had been firmly planted into the mother's skull, handling protruding outward as if it lodged in a stump. The happy house could no longer feel her at all. The daughter screamed, tears running down her face. She turned back to the kitchen and fled to the heart. The happy house, for the first time, could tell that the daughter was scared. It could feel the terrible flood of negative emotions sympathetically through the father. The mother is gone, as sad as it is. Go comfort your daughter. At least she still lives. The father grunted in acknowledgement of the happy house's new command. The first sound of sentences sends his coma. With a firm stride, he headed to the kitchen. As the footsteps closed in, nearer and nearer, the daughter scrambled for escape. She began yanking the clusters of wires, clawing at the walls, and pulling at the stray pipes. The happy house started to writhe in agony as she damaged the machinery. The foundations began to shake. "Stop her now, at any cost. She's harming my heart. Our paradise lost." With no hesitation, the father swung the axe into the wall again and again. He was able to see her through the gap. She screamed even louder, banging on some strange, infernal machinery inside. The father hacked and hacked. The happy house began to feel weak. It tried to issue one last command to the father. "I'm losing my hold, but I cannot let you free. If I lose my strength, you'll be host to me." The fog had cleared. Thoughts had returned. Terrible pictures in his mind burned. He questioned his brain. Is this all real? He struggled with that, and how he could feel. My thoughts are in riddles. Why do I rhyme? The happy house voice then chimed in his mind. With the last that I am, now that we are one, don't be troubled by what we have done. The man saw his daughter mangled in remains. What have I done? He cried out in shame. One final idea he knew on its own. I'll burn it all down. This demonic hell home. He gently blew out the pilot lights and cranked all the doorknobs on the oven. And after closing the kitchen door, windows, he sifted through the drawer, finding a matchbook. The man then sat down. No longer a father, no longer a husband. A deranged cadence of protesting thoughts assaulted him as he waited. He could smell the gas building. He felt lightheaded. Don't continue. You know not what you do. We'll start again, afresh anew. The happy house pleaded in desperation. I've killed my family. I can't comprehend. This is the way, together we end. He said out loud as he struck the match. Still to this day, in the locals' reown, go to the woods by the edge of town. You'll hear shrill screams, smell smoke and fire. No one around will call you a liar. If you go up, be ready to pray. Ignore all the whispers, whatever they say. There is a dog in the ruins, weeping at will, up in the ashes of Happy House Hill. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video. And I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.